right with them on the mound to provide any weather updates to make sure that they are safe. And throughout the team's ongoing hard work today, despite the rain and the other adverse conditions, we have recovered 4 additional victims. The number of confirmed deaths is now 36, with 29 of those identified. 191 are accounted for, and now 109 reports of people who are potentially unaccounted for, which we are continuing to review. As I said earlier, this list includes many reports that were received with partial or incomplete information, sometimes only a name, sometimes no other identifying information, and not even a return phone number for us to follow up with the person who was reporting. Our detectives are working as hard as they can to follow up and verify each and every report so we can bring you and the world the most accurate information. I ask all of you around the world who are continuing to follow this story to please keep these victims and these families in your hearts and prayers. Our Family Assistance Center is continuing to provide a great array of resources. 25 or 6 agencies that are serving families are on site. They are helping people through this terrible tragedy, and they are helping them to rebuild their lives and to getting back on their feet. And so I'm very, very proud to tell you that they have now served 178 families at the Family Assistance Center. Today we served 31 families, 24 agencies were on site. They provide mental health, grief counseling, financial and housing assistance, and many other resources. FEMA is one of those on site, and it's providing direct individual assistance, rental assistance for surviving families who want to stay in this area, and especially for those who have children in area schools, and we've been assured by the superintendent that they'll be able to continue to attend the schools even if they move out of the immediate area. The SBA, the Small Business Administration, is providing disaster relief, and you'll hear a little bit more from their representative about the work that they've been doing. And we're also working with the state to streamline the process of submitting insurance claims, very important. And through the extraordinary generosity of people all across the country and world, we've received tremendous amount of funding to help these families. And through the Support Surfside Fund, $2,500 to $5,000 for larger families has been distributed for immediate assistance and unmet needs. And again, we're encouraging those families who have not yet gone to the Family Assistance Center to do so, to take advantage of these very important resources. Also, I want to say that our Miami-Dade County government departments have been on the scene. They've stepped up in this unique moment, and they've gone above and beyond. So, of course, we know the men and women of our first-class fire rescue team, truly the best in the world. They ran into the rubble of the collapsed building, and they haven't stopped since, pulling people out. And, of course, our police department, who's stood by their side, hand in glove, getting this job done. Our Community Action and Human Services Department is running the Family Assistance Center with enormous care and compassion. And we also have our Water and Sewer Department, our Transportation and Public Works Department. Our libraries are coming on board, and even our Elections Department is helping out in this effort. They've been driving shuttle buses to assist the Red Cross and the survivors to go to the various places they need to go, and they're helping people to redo their voter registration if they've lost their voter registration cards. So I want to stress again how very grateful we are for all of this help from the state and from the federal government, from FEMA, who's been on site with us here from the very beginning of this disaster. And I want to borrow a phrase from Gracia Czech, who is the regional administrator for FEMA, Region 4, who has been embedded in our incident command. Gracia, where are you? That's Gracia. Okay. Gracia has a line that she tells us regularly that we are truly one team, one mission, and one family, united in the service to Surfside families. Thank you, Gracia. Earlier this afternoon, President Biden called me to check in on our community and to ensure that federal government is continuing to do everything that it can to provide all the support that we need for the families and survivors here in Surfside. And he continues to send his prayers and love to all of the families and all of the first responders, and we are so thankful for his ongoing leadership and support. Last but not least, to you, the members of the media, who've been working so hard to cover this story and to tell the world what is happening here in Surfside since day one. Our team has worked hard to facilitate a closer site visit for you this afternoon. So anyone who is interested should meet here at 6:30 p.m. and we will facilitate your visit to the site. God bless the families and our first responders. Buenas tardes, aquí estamos en la noche del día 13. La búsqueda y rescate continuaron su operación durante todo el día, excepto cuando se vieron obligados a detenerse un poco más de 2 horas antes esta tarde por rayos y ráfagas de viento de más de 30 miles por hora para proteger la seguridad de nuestros primeros socorristas. Comenzaron de nuevo cuando fue seguro. Desde esta mañana hemos recuperado a 4 víctimas más. El número de muertes confirmadas ahora es 36, con 29 de ellos identificados. Se contabilizan 191 personas y tenemos 109 informes de personas potencialmente desaparecidas. Les pido a todos alrededor del mundo que por favor mantengan a estas víctimas y sus familias en su corazón y sus oraciones. FEMA ha estado aquí brindando asistencia directa para las familias sobrevivientes que desean permanecer en esta área, especialmente para aquellas que tienen hijos en escuelas aquí, y ellos pueden seguir con las escuelas de anterior para sus hijos, continuar en la escuela de antes. Y a través de los fondos que se han recaudado, el Fondo Support Surfside ya está distribuyendo tarjetas de regalo de $2,500 hasta $5,000 para familias numerosas para asistencia inmediata. Quiero enfatizar nuevamente lo agradecidos que estamos con el Estado y FEMA por estar aquí en el sitio con nosotros casi desde el comienzo de este desastre. Esta tarde el presidente Biden me llamó para ver cómo está nuestra comunidad y asegurarse de que el gobierno federal continúe brindando todo el apoyo que necesitamos. Continúa enviando sus oraciones y amor a todas las familias y a los socorristas. Estamos muy, muy agradecidos por el apoyo de nuestro presidente y su liderazgo. Finalmente, para todos ustedes, los miembros de la prensa que han estado trabajando tan duro desde el principio para cubrir esta historia desde el primer día, nuestro equipo ha trabajado arduamente para facilitarles una visita más cercana al sitio esta tarde. Cualquier medio interesado debe reunirse aquí a las 6:30 y podemos ir allá a ver. Dios bendiga a las familias y los socorristas. Gracias.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Surfside Mayor Charles Burkett.
Good evening. I first want to add that Mayor Cava just said that our incredible Miami-Dade Fire Department on the first day ran into the building. However, I would like to add that they ran into the building immediately following being told the building was in danger of collapse. They truly have performed way above and beyond the call of duty, and we all owe them a great debt of thanks. I mentioned earlier at our press conference that the town was responding to concerned condo residents, especially in the Champlain North Towers, the sister building to the collapsed building, which is in most respects the same building. It's built at the same time by the same owner, substantially with the same plans and probably with the same materials. Given that we cannot currently explain why the Champlain Towers South suddenly collapsed, I have drafted a letter in conjunction with our staff, which will go out as soon as tomorrow, advising all of our oceanfront condo boards and building owners of the steps our expert engineer and building official believe should be taken as a minimum stopgap measure to provide residents with a basic level of confidence that their building is not obviously unsafe. This is clearly only an interim step until we get the final results from NIST, which may not be known for quite a while. The town of Surfside is committed to doing everything it can to ensure the safety and peace of mind of its residents, and we are grateful to our county, state, and federal partners for all their amazing support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Representing the Small Business Administration, Roberto Baltodano.
Good evening, everyone. A few days ago, I spoke about how this is a whole community, whole of government approach, and I pointed out to the individuals behind me. And so it is a wide array of people, organizations, volunteers, you, the media, that are making possible the recovery for the families and individuals in our business community to be able to get back on their feet. And so it is important to acknowledge that this is not a one agency, one individual work. It is thanks to everyone coming together, again, the media and our partners, FEMA and the U.S. Small Business Administration, that we are providing those different avenues that recovery is made of. Recovery is not just one road. It is a set of avenues that every agency, every group, every individual involved in the assistance provides. And so from our end, I'll reiterate what I said yesterday, which is the Small Business Administration announced that yesterday we opened up a business recovery center located at 95th Street and Collins Avenue. We're operating out of a mobile unit that is located right next to the postal office in their parking lot. There, we have been able to assist businesses and individuals as well at the Family Assistance Center, where we have been since June the 30th. As of last night, we have received 41 applications. 13 of those 41 applications have been from small businesses in the area. 16 are homes, whether it is homeowners and or renters. And 12 of those 41 have applied for the economic injury loan, which is basically what helps our business community recover after a disaster. We're proud to say that this work has been, again, the combination of a wide array of organizations, and our team is there to provide help and hope as well for that road to recovery. Examples of a small business with disaster-related economic losses includes, but is not limited to, owners of a rental property, restaurants, retailers, travel agencies, charter boats, hotels, daycare centers, wholesalers, and private nonprofit organizations. That is just an example of the different businesses that we have seen come over to our center either for information or to submit applications. And so we encourage the business community, not only in Miami-Dade, in Broward, Collier, and Monroe counties, because this takes a ripple effect in terms of the economic injury, to come see us. If you're unable to come see us at the Business Resource Center, you can visit us at sba.gov/disaster or give us a call at 1-800-659-2955. We're only a click or a phone call away to be able to provide assistance. Y ahora en español. El camino hacia la recuperación no es un camino solitario y es gracias a las distintas organizaciones que están envueltas en esta tarea que nuestra comunidad, nuestros negocios, nuestros dueños de casa e inquilinos están gradualmente embarcándose en ese camino hacia la recuperación. Esta es una tarea de muchas agencias y hace unos días dije como era un compuesto entre agencias gubernamentales, agencias voluntarias, la prensa. Todo el mundo pone un granito de arena para poder ayudar a esa familia, a ese negocio, a ese dueño de casa o inquilino a empezar su camino hacia la recuperación. Pues bien, al día de hoy, la administración o la agencia para el desarrollo de pequeñas empresas está ahí, proveyendo una de esas avenidas para que el camino hacia la recuperación sea posible. Al día de hoy, hemos recibido 41 aplicaciones. 13 de ellas han sido de pequeños negocios del área que ha sido directamente impactada. 16 de esas aplicaciones corresponden a dueños de casa o inquilinos. 12 de esas 41 aplicaron para el programa de recuperación económica, que es obviamente donde el impacto que los negociantes pequeños han visto en relación a esta tarea. Es muy importante entender que es solo a través de ustedes, de la prensa y de estas diferentes agencias, que nosotros podemos llevar ese mensaje y proveer esa esperanza y esa ayuda que tanto necesita la comunidad para recuperarse. Algunos ejemplos de los negocios pequeños que pueden pedir ayuda económica a la SBA, a la SBA, es negocios de propietarios, dueños de propiedades de alquiler, restaurantes, tiendas minoristas, agencias de viajes, barcos de alquiler, hoteles, guarderías, mayoristas y organizaciones sin fines de lucro. Es un pequeño ejemplo, mas no es todo el espectro de las agencias y los distintos negocios que hemos visto aplicar. Les invitamos a que visiten sba.gov/desastre y emitan su aplicación. Si necesitan más ayuda o preguntas, pueden llamarnos al 1-800-659-2955 o visitarnos en el Centro de Recuperación Empresarial ubicado en la 95 y Collins. Ahí estamos en una casa móvil que está en el estacionamiento del correo que está ubicado en esa localización. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you, Mr. Baltodano. And I welcome to the podium our Creole translator, Leonel Letterboard.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir à nouveau. Jeudi a encore équipe recherche et sauvetage nous continuer le travail et te gagné une pause jeudi de 2 heures de temps à cause éclair avec l'oreille, avec la pluie qui te gagné sur ce site là. Je vais recommencer après activité je nous te connais parce que détermination fait continuer le travail sans arrêter. Je t'ai campé parce que tu dois protéger les gens qui étaient sous chantier de sorte que pas de aucun malheur qui est arrivé. Pour le moment, malheureusement encore, nous découvrons 4 victimes sur ce site-là. Ça qui portait une quantité de décès que nous gagnons à 36, de 29 que nous avons identifiés, quantité de monde que nous connaissons qui là vraiment, c'est le même chiffre que nous avons matin en 191, et le monde que nous pouvons trouver, c'est 109. Par ailleurs, équipe chercheurs et équipe détective a continué le travail pour capable nettoyer l'islam pour être capable de gagner une quantité qui est juste. Nous continuons à faire assistance avec moun, assistance mentale, à différents types d'assistance que nous avons besoin pour être capable de recamper sous pied très bientôt après des incidents qui sont passés. Pour le moment, nous aidons jusqu'à 178 familles et nous aidons graduellement jusqu'à ce qu'ils soient capables en mesure pour retourner sous pied. Pendant la journée aujourd'hui, le président Biden a relé maire Kava pour lui encore exprimer soutien et exprimer encore ses partis avec la communauté dans un moment difficile. Il continue à promettre pour continuer à prier pour nous et ensuite pour lui faire tout ça capable pour fédéral capable de continuer à aider nous dans la région. Pour les gens qui ont un petit business, nous avons un SBA qui doit aider, qui a passé à l'action pour lui aider nous. Et les gens qui ont un petit business, a beaucoup plus aidé au niveau de prêts qui a un taux qui est abordable, qui ont prêt d'intérêt assez faible pour propriété physique et surtout pour des dommages économiques. Bureau Surfside là, bureau que nous avons joué sur ce site là, c'est dans le coin 95e Street, dans l'angle avec Collins Avenue. Il est ouvert de 8h du matin à 5h de l'après-midi, lundi, arrivé vendredi. Il est ouvert de 10h du matin à 2h de l'après-midi, dans samedi, et dimanche, bureau à fermer. Si nous avons besoin de joindre sur Internet, nous pouvons aller dans sba.gov/disaster. Le numéro de téléphone pour nous joindre, c'est 1-800-659-2955. Je vais répéter, 1-800-659-2955. Merci.
Thank you, Mr. Larrabee. First, if we can keep the noise in the back down a little bit so that way our speakers can hear the questions. We also have Deputy Incident Commander Charles Cyril present, Miami-Dade Police Director Freddie Ramirez, and also Miami-Dade Fire Chief Alan Comiskey available for questions. As usual, wait until you're called upon and let us know who you're addressing your question to. Sir?
Thank you very much. David Rosell with CNN. It's Mayor Cava or the police department, whoever has better information. The 5 million pounds of concrete that have been recovered from the site at this point, I'm hoping you can characterize it a bit more for us. Is it considered evidence at
Yes.
this point? Who is handling it? What are they doing to it?
This is all evidentiary debris. It's been sorted on site, and any objects that can be distinguished are put in certain bins and labeled as to their exact location. And then all of it is taken to a site for sorting, additional sorting, and we also have a warehouse where we will be storing this evidence until we have a time to complete the investigation.
And is that in police custody or county custody, or what's the chain of custody for that evidence?
Yes, it's in the custody of the Miami-Dade Police Department, where we're securing the site and we are cataloging and documenting all evidence that's being sorted and brought to that site for future reviewing as the investigation progresses.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
I'm right here.
Yeah, hi, Julie Leonard at NBC6. For Chief Comiskey, now that I believe, now that the building is out of the way after the demo, are more heavy machinery now involved, allowed in? Are you accessing places that you can't? How is the demo kind of helped move forward this search and rescue? The operation?
Yes, the demos made a significant impact in regards to allowing us to search those grids that we just weren't able to earlier. So the B1 half partial B2, that D1 partial D2, now we have access to. So we're aggressively delayering those areas and searching throughout.
And just as far as like a rescue operation at this point, is there a goal to move forward as far as closure goes for those families? Is there an update as far as when there might be more of a recovery mission, or we're still, searching around?
Yeah, we're still searching at this time. We haven't clearly defined where we're going.
Chief Comiskey. Thank you, Judy Block, ABC News. How many layers down or levels down are you going near where the remainder of the building was taken down? Like, how much does that open up, and how many stories down do you see when you get in?
Well, we're definitely delayering, 12 floors. So, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're going through. So as we continue that process, as I mentioned earlier in regards to our rescue search grids, all different area search grids we're at different levels right now. So definitely we're primarily focusing on those areas that we just had limited access, from the beginning and searching those.
Does it give a renewed spirit for people now that you have a new area to gain access to?
Yeah, spirits have always been moving, in a positive direction of what we're searching for, what our goal is. So definitely, with that hazard, being removed, it was a huge relief, definitely for myself as the chief. There's just so much going on. It's such a difficult situation, and as I stated all along, our efforts in regards to searching and finding loved ones, and also the protection of our first responders. My Miami-Dade firefighters, all our task force from all over the country now. That's a huge concern, and the fact that has been eliminated, it definitely allows us to gain access where we need to.
We're going to go with Telemundo, followed by you, ma'am. I'm sorry, you need to.
Tengo una pregunta para la señora alcaldesa y una para el jefe de la policía. Señora alcaldesa, usted decía que se han removido más de 4 millones de libras de concreto. Esto significa que toda la totalidad de la montaña de concreto en algún punto va a tener que ser removida en su totalidad. Estoy asumiéndolo bien. Y puedo hacerse de una vez a ustedes, al jefe de la policía, es ¿por dónde están yendo todas esas partes que podrían incluirse en una evidencia dentro de esta investigación? ¿Cómo las están manejando?
Sí, tenemos una área para poner toda esa evidencia y también la otra piedra y productos, lo que hay. Ahí vamos con los ingenieros y investigadores, estamos catalizando cada uno, poniendo marca y guardando ahí para el futuro, para la investigación. Con esas áreas hay un warehouse, hay un lote que está asegurado por la policía de Miami-Dade y nosotros estamos en cargo de investigar esa evidencia y mantenerlo y marcarlo.
Sí, vamos a mover todo y tenemos el espacio en el lugar donde dijo el director de la policía y allí vamos a guardar para la evidencia y revisar todo para ver si hay información que podemos usar para saber qué pasó.
We're going to follow with you and you next. If I can get some quiet in the background, please. The speakers are having a difficult time listening.
Question for the police director. I wanted to find out, how do we characterize this? It's a criminal investigation. You're sending information to the state attorney's office, and they subpoenaed people. I mean, how do we call that part of the investigation?
Right now, this is an active investigation. Our focus right now is recovering family members. That's where we're at right now. Our homicide detectives are embedded with the fire rescue personnel who are working hard. We're recovering victims, making notifications to the family. At the same time, we're collecting evidence with our partners, with NIST. Our state attorney's office is embedded with us as well. But right now, we're in a search and rescue mode. It's an active investigation, and we're focused right now. Our primary goal right now is to bring closure to the families.
Ma'am, right here in the hat.
Hi, I'm Veronica Saragomia with the Legal Line and the question for Chief Nancy. If you could please provide an update on your colleagues who had positive COVID cases, and then because you have people coming from other states and all, is there a sense of vaccination, like you have a discussion about vaccination?
Well, we only had one, or a few, it was 6 total, which was from one of the Florida task force teams. That team has since left. We did test everyone within our compound of our Florida task force members throughout to make sure that there was no one that was negative. We also, or positive, I should say, sorry. We also do contact tracing and all those components. So right now, we don't have any other positive COVID within our area. All the federal teams that came through were also tested before, so they were all negative before they were even deployed.
Over here, and final question in the corner.
For all of the evidence that's being taken to the warehouse, obviously tons and tons of items. How's it working as far as the team there at the warehouse, access to the families to come there? I know it's active, but you have mass families wanting to come to that location, and are they being allowed to come to that location?
So we've created a form for the family members to document their belongings. And that will be an active part of what we do through this investigation. The families are not reviewing what's come out of the site at this time, but we have photographs, they have their information, and as we move forward, we'll be attempting to do matching and releasing it to them as soon as we can, given the active investigation.
Last question over here, ma'am.
I'm not exactly sure who would answer this, but this structure that came up in just like 2 or 3 days, it's phenomenal how fast it came in. Did someone explain how that's going to be used and when you're going to be able to clear Collins Avenue, because that's part of the reason? And you just sort of update us on what you built?
Sure, ma'am. The state was gracious enough to help us get this unified command center. This center will alleviate some of these smaller command post vehicles that we have so we can continue collaborating together. The theme of this is collaboration. Now, in terms of Collins is the traffic scope will change depending on how we're working. As long as we're working on that building, the traffic on Collins will be diverted. But what this will help us is put us all together, collated, communicating as we've been doing, and it's a really good efficiency for us, and we appreciate it very much.
And this will remain the test area when it's operational?
For the time being.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, folks. I appreciate it. Well, again, we're going to meet at 6:30, weather permitting, over here at this